Dabida ke do le moise yo. Data go you akole yo. I'm tempted to speak Basa because Basa is on this thing. And the center is so smart. You see the last character on this thing is a Basa alphabet, which means season. Thank you. I have in my company the country minister, and she will be co-presenting with me, Madam Joyce Corva. Put your hands together for that wonderful. Please come along. We're supposed to be where? Over here. But I can stand here, right? Good. Clap for that woman. She did work so hard for us. Clap. And most of my farmers are here. I was asked to talk on the importance of the value chain in cassava. But what I will do is that I will hand the mic over to her, and she will give you an overview of what we do on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture in Grand Bassa County. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Again, as he said, I'm Joyce Corva. I represent the Minister of Agriculture in Grand Bassa. We've been around Grand Bassa for 6 years, running 7 years now. So we want to appreciate our Honorable General Kapi, who have made it possible today that we can discuss different sectors in Grand Bassa. With all we've discussed here today, without food, we wouldn't have been here. Even the next 1 hour or 30 minutes from now, we should be going to lunch. And this will only be successful when we can grow food. The Minister, Dr. Mogwana Flomo, is presently out of country, and that's why he's not present. So what we're going to be doing for you here today, this will be an open discussion so that we don't have monopoly over all we're going to do, but we will be describing for you Grand Bassa and our opportunities in agriculture, our limitations and challenges and areas that you will view and be able to invest, and we hope you are here. So thank you. Not to keep you waiting, we're going to see, and wherever we can answer, we're sure we're going to go through it together. Thank you.
Can the picture get seen? All right, thank you very much. My name is Joshua Flammer. I have worked here for 7 years. I came and she later joined me. I told her that she was paying that while I gone home. She's from Lofa, I'm from Grand Bassa, so I went to Lofa and worked for almost 3 years, and then she joined me here. What you see on the board there is a cassava processor, a multi-purpose cassava processor. That processor is constructed by the GOL through funding from Global Agricultural Food Security Program and the African Development Bank. Those who see in the background is the project officer for the county, technicians, and vehicle operator. We'll be launching that just any time from now. Okay? Background. Grand Bassa County was such a limited background prior to the civil crisis. The county played host to 2 agriculture concessions, LAC and EPO, that's the Equatorial Palm Oil Company, and ArcelorMittal, a mining giant. All right, ArcelorMittal operate a railway, which means we have access to the port. The harbor is here. Grand Bassa County has huge human resource, infrastructure, and material potential to invest in agriculture. Trade and investment opportunity in the agriculture sector in Grand Bassa County can be categorized into farming, import dealing, produce processing, manufacturing, marketing of finished product, as well as what? Oh, sorry, something that missing. Thank you. But it's not much. Let's go to the next slide. All right. Climate and topography. When I was doing my research, I realized that Grand Bassa County had 8 major rivers. 8 major rivers. And these are the ones that is Farmington, Ward, Necklin, St. John, Benson, Nyan, Onitsha, River Zor, and Timbo. What are they important? Anybody who is in agriculture and you need irrigation, these structures or river bodies can support what? The construction of dams and irrigation. We did that in the past. Okay? Opening up Grand Bassa County agricultural sector for additional direct foreign investment is critical in reviving the country's post-conflict economy. Let's go to the next slide. What are we talking about? We soon realize that a lot of unemployment is here, and we believe that agriculture can offer opportunity in our sector. Cassava is the main source of livelihood. Cassava is the main source of livelihood. And we made a crop widely grown by people of Grand Bassa County next to rice. Cassava, Grand Bassa County is central to the cassava belt of Liberia. Of the 250,000 tons of cassava produced nationwide, Grand Bassa County accounts for 20 to 25% national cassava sector of Liberia. And FAO did that survey sometime in 2017. The average national consumption per person is 121 kg per year. That means one Liberian can eat about 121 kg of cassava. That's the potential. Cassava is grown almost in all parts of Grand Bassa County on minimum tillage. Our people are now producing on the basis of mechanized farming. They do it manually. Okay? And with little or no fertilizer application. And you will soon see what will happen. Or, come back, please. Come back. Go back a little. Of the over 80 million tons of cassava consumed in the Epworth region, Liberia accounts for less than 1%. Less than 1%. Yeah. It's a serious challenge. Cassava market has a potential growth rate of 4% worldwide. This means that the scope for cassava market to expand in size is 5 times, in like 5 times bigger than most of the West African countries, and you can see that. Let's go to the next slide. Cassava products can be used for both food and industrial purposes. And some of the textile we are responsible for that. Cassava products, diversification and marketing. Fresh cassava. Fresh cassava has a market. You can produce it fresh from the root. You can peel it, you can dry it, you can do instant boiling, you can do vacuum pack. The destination market, local market, and international market. The processors. This segment does includes basic processed products such as dairy fufu, baby food, high quality cassava flour, cassava bread, snacks, biscuit, etc. The markets are what? The EU, USA, Asia, West Africa. For your information, Nigeria has access to the US market through the protocol called the Africa Growth Opportunity and what? AGOA, right? We have access to that market for larger producers, so you can invest in that sector. High quality cassava flour. You can make it, and it is good for what? Bread and other things. We have tried that. We tested it, we train people, and so forth. So that's for high quality cassava flour. The destination market is what Epworth region and Liberia itself. Next slide. Cassava can also be produced and processed for animal feed. Those that are doing the poultry business, and poultry is also good for Grand Bassa County. Those that are doing the pork business, and so on and so forth. Where do we sell it? Liberia, the Epworth region, Netherlands, Spain, Germany, Portugal, and some parts of Asia. They are waiting for the cassava field, so our good friends can invest in that sector. Biofuel technology, which is just relatively a new invention. Alright? So you can invest in that sector, process it, and sell it. Right here in Liberia and beyond. Okay? So we have a huge potential in our area, or opportunity in our area. Those of us who love entertainment and beverages, you can see our looking from cassava. My brother went in Uganda and he said that was his first time encountering cassava beer. You can just flip away there. You can produce cassava beer because we have a huge market. So cassava beer is widely produced and consumed in most parts of the world in Africa. The next level. Where are we? What are the investment potentials? Seriously, cassava has multi-purpose. Cassava is it's a development driver for food security and input substitution. Through increased value addition. This is what we're going to do. We're here for the next few days. Please permit us to do that. The fact remains that there is huge return on the trade and investment in cassava sector. Nobody went into cassava business anymore. It's very difficult. And this soil you're working on is very productive. Those are my farmers. The chief info that I want to do to be a community that has a runner with you, I think has sufficient to get everybody. Cassava is one of the crops that can be grown traditionally or through improved methods. Skilled and by unskilled and skilled labor on the large and small scale, which bring high return. Investment in the sector has the capacity to provide livelihood security for both urban and rural population. Reduce rural urban migration, reduce crime and delinquency among youth. You don't get very well, you so know what I'm talking about. And raise GDP to a significant level. Cassava and we can employ all of us in this room and look for. Actors in the cassava value chain can be categorized into four main categories. Listen to me, you can be a farmer or a producer. You can be a an aggregator, a middleman. You can be a transporter, and I saw somebody talking about transportation here just now. You remind me about regional planning. Level 2, you can be a transporter. You can be a processor or a manufacturer, the one we just spoke about. You can be a contract farmer. I emphasize that. Contract farmer. I'll come to that. You can be a marketer or an exporter. Investment in processing cassava into finished product will promote employment, increase food importation substitution, and food security in both urban and rural communities. Liberia is highly food insecure. So many 2%. We are 70% food insecure. That's the information you need. Next slide. Are we there? Yeah. Alright, we have favorable soil condition. Our soil is diversified in all the conditions that are favorable to cassava production. About 85% of households in Grand Basin County produce cassava on an average field size of 0.4 to 1.5 hectares per household, and an average production per field size is 5 to 6 tons. Traditional production, that is value. So you can see the potential in there. No fertilizer, minimal tillage means to trouble the soil. You're not going to use mechanized production method, no. Cassava production in Grand Basin County is manually done with minimal tillage and little or no or zero fertilizer application. Processing is manually done using traditional implements. Cost of manual labor or man-made is about $2.50, 3 times higher than the Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Ghana. I stand correctly. The cost of 1 ton of cassava at farm-gate price is about $100. That's the maximum in Grand Basin County. I do not know that. I will go to not sell by ton, but they sell by the 50 kg bag. By 2014, she and I, plus our technician, have tested that with this series of measurements. Each bag gave us something on the average 65 kg, and then when you charge the cost per acre is less than $10. All right? Cassava production in Grand Basin County provide livelihood for million women. For million women, they are the main actors in the sector. In the sector. And it will amaze you to know that they are using manual locally grater, right? And it causes wound, fatigue, all sorts of things. And so it has a drawback of underproductivity. Is this enough? GBC is the main source of human resource development for the agricultural sector in Grand Basin County. GBCC is a local community college. They are with funding from USAID. They are involved in training technicians. So you don't have to bring experts. We have them here already. Next slide. Access to farming inputs such as food. Now, agribusiness opportunity. I think our friends will be interested in the area locally. I saw the Liberian business people and our guests. Farming, access to farming inputs such as tools, agro-equipment, agrochemicals, improved planting material, and the establishment of produce buying agency is critical to enhancing the social and economic productivity in any nation the world over. If we don't have the inputs, farmers cannot produce. And if farmers cannot produce, it can't get to the consumer. The marketers will have nothing. So we need that. Grand Basin County with over 200,000 farmers does not have a single input dealer. No matter in whatever sector you take it, cassava cotton, all of that have been produced on the basis of our NGO or government supply. Grand Bassa County with an estimated farming population of over 200 farmers and a considerable large population in several neighboring countries. A crop producing country provides huge opportunities to invest in trade in the agricultural, input marketing, and produce buying sectors. We also do not have a produce buyers yet. Guess what? Somebody will say, oh, farmer, they are not producing. Delivering Francis and I had a debate when she hired me. She was president. Lots of people are listening. I said, no, madam, you are making a mistake. Nobody will support your family. Later, at the end of the year, we were able to get 450 tons of cassava in this country. I called no market. They carried the market, they food, they bring it back, and started to complain. They said, wow, that's something to do about it. Now our brothers are here in the airport. Thank you. Why agribusiness? No import buyers. It will amaze you to know that agricultural produce like cocoa are bought by middlemen. And how do they buy it? FAQ, fair average quality. No grading, no fermenting.
Thank you. I think there's so much knowledge that's being thrown out just so early on in this conference so far. Again, talking about the importance of understanding what we have here in the county and the need for development is producing. When you have value add in the country and you export it to the global market, that's where real development happens. That's where real revenue is generated, and that's how change starts happening. So again, as my brother just stated, we need to be able to manufacture and produce goods in Liberia. That's a national level discussion that we need to have, and I think we see that issue across the African continent. The last day of this conference is focused on three sectors: transportation, agriculture, and tourism. We'll be starting off our sector discussion forum this morning on a very important issue, which is transportation. I think it's very evident when you go in any parts of Liberia, not just Grand Bassa, that transportation is a serious issue. For me, it's an issue that even breaks my heart, where I saw, one of my little sisters waiting for a car to get home and have to get on a motorbike and have an accident and almost lose her life. Because the kids are standing on the street for hours because they can't get home. People are fighting to get in taxis just to get home. And it's a situation that's very sad and needs tremendous investment and needs a lot of discussion from our local and international partners to look at this sector. And it's an opportunity for returns on investment because it's a great need that is beneficial not only to investors, but it's a prominent need that our citizens have as a whole. So to launch us in our discussion on transportation, I'd like us all to please put our hands together by starting off welcoming the Managing Director of the National Transit Authority, Honorable Herbie Trokomano.
Good morning. You'll be wondering, I'm not the managing director. The managing director is not able to be here today because it's not well today. He has asked two of us, the controller and I, to do the presentation on the role of water transport in private sector development. So I'm Benedictus Dotunya, I'm the technical focal point for policy research and planning at the National Transport Authority. I'm a transport specialist, and with me is a different program on here, who is the financial controller. Sorry for the quality of the presentation at the beginning. I don't know if there's a way to be adjusted. Okay, since we're talking about, basically we'll be talking about road transport and water transport. You can see there, road transport, you have mass transit buses, you have taxis, and there you have these two-wheelers that we call keke. You have motorcycles. These are mostly pictures of Nigeria. And road transport is transportation of goods and people from one place on roads. You have can be urban transport or rural transport. So in the urban setting, you have the BRT there. Picture of the BRT as the bus public transit. This from Bogota in Colombia. So you have a well-organized transit system there. And you got some challenges of urban transport, rapid urbanization. That's a problem in Liberia. The urban population is growing at about 5.65%, and it is struggling. It's causing immense pressure on land use, especially in the city. So you have a lot of congestion in the city. So you have increased motorization. Once you have urbanization, you have increased motorization. You have low quality transport, especially in developing countries. Lack of hierarchical highways and systems for non-motorized transport. Infrastructure, lack of resources, government people institutions. So you can see that urbanization in the world from 1950 to 2030, the world urban population is growing. So you can see it has increased tremendously while the rural population is decreasing, as you can see on the graph. So rural transport in the Liberian situation, 1 billion people, or 1% of the rural population live in settlements that are more than 2 kilometers off the paved road. So about 15% of the population are living in villages and small towns in rural areas. So that was set by the World Bank and the World Transport Service set by the World Bank, showing, especially for Nima County, that in Nima County, 60% of the rural population do not live alongside the road. So in Nima, there are 220,000 people in 602 villages that are off the road. And why are they saying that? These people have to work for more than 110 minutes to access transport services. So it's a big challenge. So to begin the first mile, they have to walk from their houses to be able to access transport services. And mostly it will be maybe bicycles or motorcycles before they can be able to access taxis or mass transit buses. So it's a huge challenge for Liberia. So the problem of accessibility is a huge challenge. So the economic benefits of road transport. So transport services increases the community access in many areas. For example, access to education, access to employment, improve accessibility to increase workers' ability to access education and employment opportunities, and increase resident access to more shopping opportunities, financial, and increase access to recreation and cultural opportunities. That will increase a lot there. So mobility management strategy so that more efficient road pricing can improve travel time reliability. So it's very, very important for the economy. That means the movement of freight, the goods and services cannot be delivered on time because of congestion. The what takes place in Monrovia, for example, if you want to Tubman Boulevard, you have congestion on the Tubman Boulevard. People cannot get to work, so it's very frustrating. So we have need an organized transport system where people got the private sector being able to invest in the transport services to increase accessibility for the population. So water transport, this is another one. Water transport is the movement of people and freight on water. Is considered one of the oldest means of transport. So then you see ferry boat, you see ships, you see canoes. That's a water taxi. And I was just looking at Buchanan, has immense potential for water taxi. There was a place went for it. I think there's a retreat that we had at Hotel Buchanan. It was some part of last year. There's a resort called Elizabeth Resort. That's very good for ecotourism. You can have water taxis there, take people around, and also for coastal ferry boats. Because Buchanan is a port city, you can make it more accessible to other counties. So since we have these ports, so it's very important. So if you look at it, you see there's a Victoria there of the ferry in Freetown itself. The Australian government has refused to put a bridge there because there are more economic benefits to be accrued from the ferry than taking a road there. So you see people when the plane lands on the airport, when the plane lands on the airport, you have the ferry taking people to the city, that is Freetown itself. So that's a very good strategy. So we can do the same thing in Liberia. We have these water taxis that when they have this like multimodal transport study that went on, they identify some routes in Monrovia itself. And the president has also talked about this barrier, which is, has potential for water taxi investment. So the economic benefits of water transport, you have reduced running time as a result of not having to travel along the congested traffic, especially for a place, a city like Monrovia. Reduce operating costs because you have efficiency. You don't have to be in queues on the water. As the water transport goes are totally unaffected by traffic variations, Jonathan seems to be significant water taxes being estimated at 2 to 4 times faster than road traffic. So instead of this, getting on the road, you can just bypass urban traffic and just get to where you want to go, and that saves you a lot of time. Along water taxi route, studies have shown that land value will increase, and that will be important for those who are engaged in real estate business. Very important. So increased efficiency due to decreased travel time to information employment centers, schools, healthcare facilities, etc. So the private sector, because I said this presentation will be in 2 parts. I will call my colleague, he will do this other part, and then we will take questions jointly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benedictus. Good day, everybody. All protocols observed. As my colleague has mentioned, the transport sector has its challenges, especially in the country we find ourselves. But at the same time, we want to look at a situation where the private sector can actually get involved in this and can help to promote it so that we have a better system. This is because the private sector is the engine of the economy. If you have a vibrant private sector, there are many things that will be impacted. There are many benefits that will come from such. And we know the private sector basically refers to that part of it that's not controlled by the state. To individuals that are engaged in different businesses. To companies, it's that part that we are talking about. It plays a very important part in every economy, even when it comes to job creation. And of course, when they get involved in the transport sector, it creates jobs for people and families are definitely affected positively. The services from there will also help the government because when you have such a sector very vibrant, that private sector, the government will be able to generate revenue from the activities that are carried out by the sector. Hence, it is important. In that previous slide, it did state that the 43rd President of the United States mentioned that for their country to move forward, the private sector must be looked into because they have the money and they can better spend their money than the government can. And we do share this view because when you look at the impact, and the benefits that will come from it, as are shown in the slides here, you will definitely agree with him. When investments are done in transportation by the private sector, it creates capacity. So the potential for growth and other things will definitely be there. Then it also contributes to efficiency. And of course, a very reliable system. Now, when these things come into play, it's going to lead to reduced transportation costs. Because where you have an improved system of transportation, the cost will definitely reduce. And that's also going to reduce transit time. And then give more opportunities for business expansion and of course job creation that follows. That will of course lead to increased productivity and higher competitiveness. And with competition comes a lot of improvement and a lot of other benefits. So we want to encourage our international partners, we want to encourage our local business people to also think in that direction. We have a fact sheet in the next slide that tells us that locally there's this 1.4 to 2.1 trillion investment in the transport sector on an annual basis. And then of this amount, it tells us that 24% or 500 billion was invested in developing countries. But it also says that 58% of the total amount we're talking about comes from the private investors. Now that means that private investors are contributing a lot, especially in developed countries. We have two diagrams there, and one in there shows a World Bank study on the contribution of the private sector to transportation, so public and private investment in transport. This study indicates that in developed countries, private investors have contributed only 7% in that sector. But when we come to developing countries and we find ourselves, the reverse is the case. So there we have it, where we have 14% on the public sector and then only 11%. So that means we're desiring to have what we have on the left. And to have that, then more needs to be done. Our international partners, and of course locally they're looking for that too. Because that is the only way we can have such improvement for what we desire, let us in the developed world. There are many opportunities for private sector investment. Now we're talking about transportation. There are different things that can be looked into. We have mass transit services, like the buses, and other means of mass transit that can be considered. We have bus terminals, water taxis, and inland waterways, just like we talked about, coastal ferries, freight transportation, and warehousing, port development, toll bridges, and even airport services. He did mention the Elizabeth Resort here in Buchanan. And I think there are many other beautiful places that can be looked at. You're here in Nassau County. So that's something that as individuals we need to look into. International partners need to look into that too. And yes, we do believe that with the right environment, conducive environment, with the government, so we can be able to roll out. We have a PPP, that's the public-private partnership, very clear models. And that shows the different models we have here, shows the level to which the private sector can collaborate with the government to be able to do a lot in the public transport sector, even in other sectors. For example, we have one part it's not so clear that indicates that at some level, entities or companies can get into a contract with the government, where a facility, you can have the right to be able to build a facility, and based on the contract you have with the government, maybe you run it over some years, and according to the contract, maybe you turn it over after a number of years. You can also have a contract where you might be given the right side of government to run it. And just make sure it's working very fine. All of that will contribute to an efficient system, will contribute to job creation, and it will help us to be able to do what's very necessary. So there are many other models, even with concessions, where you have longer number of years given to a particular entity to run a place, and then the government retains ownership of it. But then when improvements are done in those areas, the entity that's actually in that concession is far in that. So there are different variants of it, and we want to consider it because these are the things that will help our transportation sector to move forward, that will help our country to actually move forward. Here we have private sector risk outlook, which means at different levels, of course, there are risks involved with whether contract or is done, and there, where you have when the government takes over everything, well, the private sector wouldn't have any risks involved. But as it moves up with different levels, maybe where you have to lease, or maybe where you have to buy, you see there are some level of risk associated with it. And the highest of it is privatization, where the government has more exactly everything to an entity. So that way you have all of it, so it's higher at that level. But yeah, anyways, we want to make sure that with public sector, our private sector involvement, things can also move forward. Now, all of this can only happen if we have the conducive environment. And we're happy that the President, the government of Liberia, has made a commitment to this. Because we remember on January 22, 2018, President George Manneh yesterday in his inaugural address, and I'll quote, "We will do all that is within our power to provide an environment that will be conducive for the conduct of honest and transparent business. We will remove unnecessary regulatory constraints that tend to impede the establishment and operation of business in a profitable and predictable manner." So that's the kind of commitment we need, that will be worked on, that will be used, that we can have the right environment. There are international partners, and all of us that want to also engage in stuff can do it so that we all contribute to an efficient and, of course, very reliable system. I want to say thank you to the Senator and the entire leadership of Grand Bassa County, and we're very grateful for this opportunity given to us. Thank you.
Where they live or their environment for a year or more. There are huge economic impact associated with tourism that can be both domestic and international. Tourism contributes to our GDP. Tourism contributes to job creation, employment, and I think tourism is the most sustainable form of livelihood next to agriculture. Today, tourism is the third largest export industry in the world next to chemical and fuel. Just last year, about 1.2 million people traveled across the world just for touristic purposes. There are sectors or service or industries that benefit from tourism: the transportation, hospitality, entertainment, and so forth. There are success stories associated with tourism around the world. Gambia, for instance, about 5% of Gambia's GDP comes from tourism. I think Liberia, we are blessed with huge touristic potential that I think about 14% of our GDP can be generated from tourism if the rightful investment are made. About 75% of those that are employed in the sector are mostly women and youth below the age 25. In Liberia, our sisters, our brothers, the young people face unemployment issues.
And that is a threat to peace and stability. Because the idle mind is the devil workshop. If the rightful investment is made in tourism, the issue of crime, violence will reduce drastically. Gambia is not blessed with rich cultural heritage and other historical sites are compared to Liberia. Indiana, for example, I see Indiana compared with Amina in Cape Coast or Uganda. Indiana should be more attractive in terms of the landscape, in terms of the historicity, than even Amina Castle in Ghana, exactly for slave trade. Indiana alone can create about 500 to 1,000 jobs for our brothers and sisters. The current status of tourism in Liberia, despite of the huge touristic potential, I think little has been done for us to reap the full potential of the sector. Little has been done. So the sector still remains a virgin sector. That those that want to invest, if they invest in tourism, I'm convinced that you will receive a lot of return. It was against this backdrop that the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism, in partnership with the Ministry of Commerce, developed the National Tourism Strategy. The strategy was outlined into 6 priority areas. 1, policy framework that focus on improved business or investment climate for the tourist sector. 2, improve necessary infrastructure for supporting the sector. For instance, Indiana, that's part of the historicity in terms of infrastructure, it is actually lacking. If this pattern continue in the next 20 to 25 years, Indiana will be another myth in Liberian history. Because there will be no fact to point out. And the older one, when they are born, then they become a myth. It did not exist. No, it not exist. It exists. So there is need for our government, the private sector, to actually invest in building the infrastructure component of our tourism sector. The policy also focus on improving skills. In Liberia, customer service is lacking. Last night when I saw at the village there, were quite different. I think their proprietors actually train them in terms of customer service. If you take a phone, if you call or those that pick calls with cell phone, room star, their responses is like they are doing you a favor. So we need to train people in terms of skills, because with that they will perform and the sector will actually be a boost. Another thing is institutional capacity and coordination. Everybody doing the same thing. Information to their own, internal affairs ministry, the hotels. There is some disjointed approach in terms of developing the sector. There is a need to have a more coordinated framework to coordinate the activity of tourism in Liberia. The last component of the policy is to improve Liberia tourism brand and develop a robust tourism offering. That call for branding or rebranding of the tourism sector. People travel from America, people travel to come to Liberia. Even at the airport, there is no reference point to say, okay, we have a brochure or the video documentary highlighting the major touristic sites in Liberia. People just go on the internet to look for site on their own. We feel the Ministry of the Government should actually invest in designing what we call tourism manual that will be at the airport, hotel restaurant that our tourists can use as a guide in terms of their visitation to other areas. Another thing we have done is that the Ministry concerning the resources constraint and the completing national priorities, we have developed a document to the President to be endorsed by Cabinet that we can adopt any of the following three approaches. One, PPP, public-private sector investment, where some of those sites can be given out to private businesses, develop it, run it over time, and turn it over to government. Another thing is full-fledged privatization. That is, government can't do everything. You give some of those sites, those areas to private businesses, they develop it, they maintain it with the agreement that they may hire some locals in terms of employment. That will help to boost the tourism sector. Lastly, talk about community, government, private sector partnership. Because for instance, Indiana, for example, is owned by the locals. There should be a few where the government, the residents, and some private business can say discuss that they can develop it. Government provides some oversight, people also invest some money, and the locals have some role to play so that tourism can also develop. To also help improve tourism in Liberia, through our able senator, the Committee on Cultural Information, they have designed a bill that is before the also Senate to make tourism autonomous. Tourism now falls under Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. The ministry is more like a public affair or more into communication, and the issue of tourism later focus is in place there. So the senator and his team, they are fighting to make tourism autonomous. Another thing that we are recommended to the Senate is that for the Senate to pass a bill that will impose tourism levy tourism levy in terms of hospitality, entertainment, and so forth. If you go Ghana, Gambia, a hotel bed, about $2 extra is then charged as tourism levy for bed that you are paid to sleep on. Even drinks, for instance, Accra, if you drink the receipt they gave you, there's a tourism levy that you pay, and that money go into the government covers to develop the sector. So these are policy framework we will be proposing to the Senate, so that in addition to the bill that will make tourism autonomous, that will make tourism more sustainable and in terms of beating our expectation. What we're also working on now is that there's not just 3 weeks at the ministry, and we are trying to design a website that will be separate from the Ministry of Information general website. The website will focus mainly on tourism and cultural activities. Hotels, for instance, will be placed there. For instance, if you click there, you will have a hotel Buchanan, have maybe 25 rooms, just a model suite, and that will be placed there. And then I think we'll engage Selco and other private companies to actually sponsor the hosting of that website. That website will focus solely on tourism activities, and that website will also do a video documentary of major tourism sites in Liberia that will be placed on our website, and a traveler manual or tourism manual will be designed for that initiative. Lastly, on the 22nd to the 24th, we'll be hosting a national tourism roundtable that will be discussing the challenges and prospects of tourism in Liberia, and our senator will chair that particular conference or roundtable.